Hey guys, sorry for the delay for this video. I was sick last week with a sore throat and a cough, and I didn't think it'd be that fun for me having to make a video with my throat in pain and sound like a raspy toad. Here's this video, and I'm gonna do something requested from another person, and it is to talk about my hobbies. And sorry if this video isn't really that interesting, but there's plenty of other videos on YouTube for you to go watch. So if talking about hobbies is not your thing, then go elsewhere. My first hobby is reading, and I've always loved to read books ever since I was little. I don't really know why, why I really enjoy reading, maybe because it sends me into a story that's really different than reality or something deep like that, but I just really like reading stories. So reading's my number one. The next one is writing, and I've never really liked writing my whole life. In fact, reading and writing were my least liked from like 5th to 6th grade for some reason. I don't know why. And it's ironic because I really like reading and writing now, so I don't know what happened to me, how I transferred from hating, not really hating, but strongly disliking reading and writing, and then going into liking it a lot. I remember in elementary school when we'd have to write essays for like tests and stuff, and it wasn't really an essay, it was more of like a one-page story about like what you did over the summer, or like how Christmas went for you, what you get for Christmas, like those stories that your teachers would always have you write. And I can see the value in that now, because writing is so important in every single class that you take, except maybe math. Math, you do things that aren't really relevant to anything else. There's like writing in everything now, so I can see why it was important to learn at an early age. But I remember always hating the days where we would have to practice writing. Not necessarily practice writing, but just like sit for an hour just writing a story and rough drafting and doing all that shenanigans. And I would just like try to make it the minimum writing length. Like it could be either 3/4 of a page or a full page, I think. And I would always do the minimum and just turn in my work and not really proofread and be like, here, I'm done. But now I like writing. I like writing short stories and poems, and most recently I've started writing some songs, and they're the songs that aren't really that serious. They're just like about emotions and feelings and all that stuff that happens in high school. You know what I'm talking about if you've been in high school or you are in high school, the feelings that you get about people, about school, about family, about everything that just goes on when you're in that high school stage of your life. So my next hobby is dancing. I didn't really get into dancing until like the 6th grade, when I thought that I could dance, and then when I tried, people were like, oh, he can dance. And by people, I mean my family, and like my parents and uncles and aunts, and I don't know if they were lying just to make me feel good. If they were, that's kind of sad. But I think I can dance. I'm not sure if it's well, but I know I can at least dance pretty well off. But anyway, I got into dancing in like 6th grade. I didn't do anything like fancy. I just liked dancing to music and just making up moves and going with the rhythm and stuff like that. And I'm always been really shy about dancing in front of people, but now I'm more open to dancing in public a little bit more, not by much. I still have problems with people watching me dance because I feel their eyes just looking at me and judging me on how I move, and I'm just like, It's like that feeling you get when you're in a room and everybody's looking at you. That's how I feel when I'm in a room with just one person looking at me when I'm dancing. My next hobby is that I like playing the violin. I've played the violin since 6th grade, which is when I got into orchestra for my middle school. I remember being in 6th grade and being scared to play the notes and like to play the music really well, but now I've gotten way better. Like I can actually play music and feel comfortable playing it, even with all those eyes looking at you. But I'm in like a group orchestra, so I don't have as many eyes focused on me, but I still feel really nervous, even just like sitting there in front of people that aren't technically watching me, but are watching everybody that's playing. And I plan on playing the violin for like the rest of high school. I don't know if I could do it in college. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know how that works yet with college and like taking extracurriculars and all that stuff. So my next hobby is cooking. I like cooking, but not the feeling of being pressured when cooking. So if I cook, I have to do it with my friends and family, and I wouldn't have to be all calm about it because I would not want to feel pressured and mess up the recipe. I'm not really cooking that much, but I do know how to make breakfast items and dessert items and sandwiches. That's pretty basic though. I also really like painting. I didn't get into painting until recently. I think it was about last year. I really enjoyed it. Like, I didn't think I could paint well. I could paint like a bunch of blotches and blobs and things that really weren't realistic. But after practicing a few times and like trying to make images out of my brain and put it onto paper with paint and a brush, they turned out pretty good. And then a lot more practice later, I'm getting better, and that leads me into sketching and drawing, which are kind of the same thing, except drawing is full on knowing what you're gonna draw and just like putting it on paper with a pencil and just doing what you have planned in your mind, which I have trouble with because what I have in my mind I cannot perceive onto paper, and it turns out looking like a bunch of blobs and just a mess, a horrible mess. Sketching is more of like sketching out just random things, whatever your pencil and hand want to draw on the paper. That's basically what sketching is. And I've been doing more sketching than drawing. And then there's my most recent hobby that I've gotten into, which is vlogging. And I started vlogging mainly for me because I really like speaking instead of writing things down. And if I just speak about what's going on or what's happening or just speaking about things on video, it's really easy for me to do that. And I also want to show people my videos so that way I can hopefully entertain them with the things that I talk about. Like I've previously talked about me and young little children, and now I'm talking about hobbies, so hopefully this will be good. Probably not as good as my previous ones, but then again, those weren't really that good either, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But I know I'm gonna keep doing this, because I really do enjoy it. It might not show on my face, but I do enjoy it a lot. I like talking, so hopefully this will get pretty far, and I really want to do this for the rest of high school, so that way I can talk about like things that happened during high school, and hopefully you guys can relate to it, and either relate because you're currently in high school or relate because you were in high school. And maybe I'll get to a younger audience and tell people about high school. And before school starts for me, which is August 25th, I'm going to hopefully make a high school preparation video, which will talk about like how to be prepared, what to think about, and what not to think about, and all the things that matter and not matter, and basically the guidelines that will help keep your stress levels down for school. And I'm not really stressed about school. I'm more anxious because I really want to just get it over with. But I don't want summer to be over, so yeah, there's that. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm really tired. It's Monday, and Mondays are horrible. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you can. Comment below what you would like to see or suggest what you would want me to do. Please, if you can, share the news with people that I have this channel, so that way hopefully I can become noticed and help people with my videos and entertain them. And that's about it. See you next time. Bye.